So I'm asking you those questions because we've had a lot of songwriting couples on the show. Like I've had
Hmm.
probably half dozen at least, and
Wow.
it's always such a cool dynamic to see almost combined artistry, right? And
Yeah.
just multiple influences kind of combining into one
I mean,
painting.
I'm going to be, I mean, this is like also brutally honest and brutally like heart wrenching in 2025. But I do know that I had more doors open for me as this gender that I am because I was married to this man. And
Yeah.
so then I would get invited to go to on, all male writer retreats because I wouldn't be any threat
Yep.
because I
And
would
that's
be,
BS. That's
yeah,
BS. Yeah.
that's complete BS. What am I?
Yeah.
I'm not, I mean, and but I got opportunities because of that, which I'm not getting now, but I don't really care.
Well, here's the thing, right? I've read a lot about you. I've seen a couple interviews of yours, and I know how, just based on some of your answers to certain questions, how non-gender you are in your art. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't look at yourself as a female songwriter, and
No,
I love that about you because you're not.
complete.
You're a songwriter. You're not a
Yeah,
female songwriter, right?
yeah.
Um, and
It's like I wouldn't be a female doctor. I
no,
wouldn't
it's
be a female
exactly.
lawyer. I wouldn't be a female scientist.
Hmm.
We don't even say actors and actresses anymore.
No.
We don't say that. We
Hmm.
don't say female scriptwriter. We don't
No.
say female director.
I'll give
It's
you a
like,
good example. In the wrestling world, it used to be superstars and divas, and now they're all superstars.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Although I love the word diva, it's cooler than superstar.
yeah, it truly is.
So
They
we
had
should
the
by the
Divas
way, everybody should
Championship.
become divas. That
Say
would have
what?
been way everybody should have become diva. I think in that instance, when it's a gender thing, they should pick the coolest word.
Yeah,
So like, diva is way better than superstar.
I
So
agree.
now, you know, all the big stars of the world should be divas. So,
So it was like you mentioned that more doors were open for you because of who your husband was, rather than just how good you were, right? So, like,
yeah,
did you know that at the time when it was happening?
I sensed it. I mean, I knew that I was getting invited to things. It's like what's interesting is if I'm really also oh man, this is what's so fun about doing things like this because you get to just be talk about anything. So when I first entered the songwriting world in the 90s, it was completely equal. There was nothing that no, it wasn't ever brought up. The whole glass ceiling, it was the Iron Woman, hear me roar, that kind of thing. It was like there were at least half of the artists on the radio were women, half of the songwriters were women who happened to be women who were writing songs for men and women. It was like it was an amazing, amazing time. And then really, it was after 9/11. There were a couple of really, really, really testosterone heavy songs and moments that uh, changed the dynamic of things. And a number of artists that happened to be women were kind of excommunicated from certain genres. And I sort of called it the burqa moment
Yep.
of women. It's like we were allowed to be seen but not heard. And it never really went away because then came things like the bro country and things like that. And arguably you can say that bro country might have passed, but the rest of it has not.
Hmm.
It's like and there are definitely and the bright point for me is I work a lot in indie pop and rock, and that's very 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 female dominant
Sure.
and also like just mixed gender dominant. It's just a thing. There'll be a band with some people in it and they happen to be different races and genders.
Hmm.
It'll just be a thing because they're making music. And I thought, that's what it was supposed to be. That's what it was in the 70s and
It
80s.
is,
And
and
then,
it was. Yeah.
yeah, somehow we've just gone back into like sort of the Handmaid's Tale kind of
Just
thing.
I
So,
just don't get it. Like I don't understand. There is no race. There is no gender in art. There's not, right? So I
no.
don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. Um, uh, let's let's talk about kind of your writing relationship with KWS a little bit. So most of your songs with Kenny Wayne Shepherd were also with your husband as well.
Yeah, well, and let's be honest there. I'm sure that it's interesting. Well, you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care if I'm going to get in trouble for this. I've only written with Kenny Wayne once or twice since Moss's death. I don't even think that Kenny Wayne can, well, one, I don't think Kenny Wayne can wrap his head around Moss's death. And then two, I think that it was a complete accident. I think that I brought the special sauce to his songs, and I don't know that he completely recognized that it was a woman being a secret special sauce. And although he's very proud of that the fact that he has worked with so many women in his life, he hasn't continued to do so. So, and there's also been no encouragement that way. So, I mean, and once again, those are all his decisions. He's married. He has a whole bunch of kids, and we've also gone in different directions. He's actually gone way more like country. He's moved to Nashville, kind of associated himself more with that world. And that doesn't interest me as much either. So it's like, it was kind of natural that we would stop, What I really wanted to write with Kenny is big, gritty, dangerous songs.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love that you say dangerous. That's such a good word for it.
Yeah. Dangerous, visceral. The way he plays the guitar, when he plays the guitar, there's sparks coming out of the end of his strings. It's like he has a visceral danger to it. Well, his lyrics and melodies need to match that. And I think that we nailed it. We knocked it out of the park with like Deja Voodoo and I Hope You Dance, Blue on Black, and Was, and I mean, there were so many songs, Seven. I mean, there were so many songs that had that element of danger and mysticism. You couldn't quite put your finger on what he was doing. King's Highway. I mean, all those songs. It's like, and we did such a good job. That's also one of my favorite things to be in a song is I love danger without being obvious danger. We don't need to talk about cocaine and hoes.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? But we do need to talk about darkness and late at night and being lost and confused and walking down a street and turning down an alley. That kind of danger. That kind of like visceral questioning of life. Also another beautiful song of ours, Heat of the Sun. That could be one of the most beautiful songs I've ever written. Live On. These are very uplifting songs. Show Me the Way Back Home, but they're also still dangerous because it's talking about being almost lost or making these choices that end up changing you and making you who you are.
Yeah, it's jump starting someone's imagination, right? Not telling them what they should be feeling or thinking, letting them get there on their own, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Man, you talked about, just writing with just a huge group of different people, but at the beginning of the show, we also talked about you being very genre fluid. So the question I really wanted to ask you tonight was just, how, when you're sitting down to write, do you know what genre the song is going to be is the song telling you that, or is that a later thing for you?
That's one of my favorite things about, I call it Tia City. So my personal alchemy of songwriting, it's like I'm a complete failure as far as being a commercial songwriter. And this is me being snotty and elitist, but the difference between a commercial songwriter and a jingle writer is like a fraction of a hair of a thing. It's like I never ever wanted to be a jingle writer. I never really wanted to be a commercial songwriter. The fact that songs connected were like this crazy accident, and they still are this crazy accident. Would I like to have some more crazy accidents? Yes, but I don't feel, even though there have been times in my life where I was writing very consistently, writing 80, 100, 120 songs a year, but I still don't ever think I was just trying to like go, okay, here we go. They're all recording this kind of song, and I have no control over the song. It doesn't matter if they tell me that I have to write a song with the word yellow in it about a kangaroo and it has to be 136 beats per minute and a waltz. I can't do it. By the end of the thing, it will have the word red in it, and it'll be about a walrus, and it'll be reggae. But it's a song, and it existed from the challenge. It's just I couldn't do the challenge.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're trying to be commercial, you're not going to get that standing beside the ocean line either, right?
No.
Yeah. So thank God for that.
I'm a complete failure as far as a commercial writer.
Well, how'd you learn that? How'd you learn how to do that? Like having the freedom to know that that's okay in a world that's completely driven by commercialism, right?
Well, I think I think I've just always been my mom's used to say that, like, when I was a little kid and we would go to, like, parties, you know how, like, the little kid who would stand on the side and, like, look down at the ground and be like the little non-joiner kid, but the, like, who really wanted to be in it? You know, there's that kid. There's also the kid who would stand on the side of the parties and look around at everybody and goes, "Isn't this interesting?"
Hmm.
And I was that kid, and I would often go over to the little kid looking down at the ground and go like, "Hey, wanna talk?" You know, and I would have so I'm observer. I've never been a joiner. There's nothing joiner about me. There's no team spirit in me. Damn it. I don't understand sports. I don't understand rah, rah, go South Mississippi Bulldogs. I don't get it. You know, I don't want to be a part of a tribe. I don't want to be anything. And I don't want to be a part of a team. I don't want to be a part of I don't want to be a part of a writing team. I don't want to be a part of a publishing company where they're all creating this. I mean, no, I don't want anything to do with that.
Tia City, right?
Yeah, I'm Tia City. I'm my
Yeah.
own little
Yeah.
town.
Yep.
And for better or worse, and I'll take my little town on the road. I'll get in my car, Tia City, and I'll go ride over to someone else, and I'll, you know, take Tia Sillers and I'll write with them and I'll have a really good time. And by George, we'll write some really cool songs and songs that I was never expecting to write. But it's like, yeah, I'm a failure as like the studier
Yeah.
of song.
That's great, man. That's good stuff.